Give me 1 second. Let's see what's going down here. Okay, that's cool, I guess. All right. Okay, that's gonna have to work. Look, man, do we want a repeat of 2018 and 2019, or should we move forward? Should we judge? You know, this whole way of trying to people out there saying that you know Dillian White deserves a shot at a title as far as with Deontay Wilder, but I'm kind of like this, like, if you're going to sit up there and say that this guy deserves a shot at Deontay Wilder because he's done this, that, and the third, he fought this guy who's an ex-champion, he fought this guy who's an ex-champion, he this guy, but then when you say, look when Deontay Wilder got his championship shot, look at who he fought before that. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is Dillian White's second time up. The first time he didn't fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? The first time when he fought AJ, he didn't fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? So you can say whatever you want to, man, about that, man. We can go back and forth on who record was what, whose record was padded, but if you want to base people's record, if you can't sit there and dog Deontay Wilder's record because he fought Eric Molina and all these other cats when there was the only ones that was around. Spilka, only ones that was around. Chris Arreola, only ones around. Gerald Washington, only ones around. The same thing for everybody else. Them was the same cats around. You know what I'm saying? But, if you look at Dillian White's record, when you say ex-world champion, Lucas Brown, you forgot to mention that the motherfucker was on PEDs and got stripped of his fucking belt. You forgot to mention that. You forgot to mention that Robert Bulionians haven't fought anybody. And the list goes on and on. The only person, look, Joseph Parker didn't even fight anybody. You see what I'm saying? But then when you look at, then you want to go to Deontay Wilder's records, and then you want to flip your gauging techniques up for him. Your gauging techniques on who Deontay Wilder fought and who Dillian White fought are not the same. You're using two different criterias. You know what I'm saying? Now moving forward in 2019, what should be the criteria? Should it be your record, or should it be who you have beaten? Not who you have fought, but who you have beaten. Because when I'm thinking about who should be, the mandatory contender for a belt, or, by a section of body and stuff like that, it should be based off who you beaten. Not what it's been going for lately, as of lately. Because if as of lately it's been going for who you fight for. Do you fight for more boxing? Alexander Povetkin, promoter? Do you fight for the WBC, Top Rank, PBC? I don't care. The top names. Because that's what's going to get these sanctioned bodies of money. You don't got to proposition them with money and be like, yo, man, get on putting in here. Blah, blah, blah. They don't even got to do that because they know the money's going to be there. But my whole thing is, do you want the same repeat of 2018 to 2019 with matchmaking, with fighters fighting who they're supposed to fight? You know what I'm saying? Because the way, if you ask me, if Dillian White wants a fucking shot at Deontay fucking Wilder, he needs to take his punk ass up over there and fight Dominic Brazil. Ooh, and if you can't make that, fight Louis King Kong Ortiz. If you're talking, if that's what he should be doing. So now, if you want to, and also, if White wants to say, I can't sit around and wait for you. I got my own career to be worried about. Hold up. And all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, how about you just stop sitting around and start making some negotiations? Get over there with like I said, Dominic Brazil. Get over there with Lucas Brown. And if you don't want to, not Lucas Brown, but Louis King Kong Ortiz. And if you don't want to fight, and if You don't want to fight in the U.S., which is it'd be easy for you to come to the U.S. and fight one of them two guys. Proposition them that have it in the UK so you could become a pay-per-view star. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna get that much over there. I mean, your fights are not gonna get that much over there. You know what I'm saying? Yours ain't. You know, motherfuckers want to talk about Deontay Wilder having a padded record. Look at Dillian White's padded record. Look at Anthony Joshua's padded record. Everybody got a motherfucking padded record in a heavyweight division. Because there ain't nobody to fucking fight. That's why. Seriously. It's 4 dudes. That's it. It's 4 dudes with a whole bunch of people that's trying to make their worth with a handful of people that want fucking handouts. Want fucking handouts, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can't say it's not true. Think about it. If you look at Dillian Wright's record, if you look at everybody who he fought after he got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, don't go and look at it and say, okay, damn. Don't go and look at it like this. He has a winning record. He was undefeated. Don't look at it like that. Who did the fighter fight? Who did he fight? Nobody. No, absolutely no motherfucking body. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't you don't want to use the same excuse that Klitschko gave to Wilder. That's what he said. Go ahead and fight somebody. It's not convenient for you to say that. It is just convenient to say Wilder ducked Klitschko. That's convenient. Because if you look at Dillian White's record after he got knocked out of Anthony Joshua, and the only reason why I bring this up is because Dillian White brings it up. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn brings it up. Talks about how all the people he knocked out after he got beat by Anthony Joshua. How he's on a winning streak. How he fought ex-champions. How he did this and how he did this. How he got better. How is he looking better? You know what I'm saying? How he progressed in the ring because he'd been fighting nobody. You know, Ivanka Bersurin, David Allen, Ian Lewison, Derek Chisora, Malcolm Tan, Robert Bulianius, Lucas Brown, Joseph Parker, and Derek Chisora haven't fought anybody. They haven't beaten anybody. They haven't. So what are you talking about? I mean, I know that Lucas Brown was 25-0 when White fought him, but he hasn't fought in anybody. And not only that is you want to bring up, he was an ex-pro, he's an ex-pro champion, but without bringing up the PEDs. Robert Bulianius, he hasn't fought in anybody. Michael Tan hasn't fought in anybody. So you guys need to cut it out, man. Just go ahead and cut it out. Just go ahead and cut it out. When I say he hasn't fought anybody, that basically means is he hasn't fought anybody who has beaten anybody. That's what the fuck I mean. I'm not calling these fighters no bums because, people in the LDBC keep trying to tell us to cut that shit out. So I'm in agreement with them. We're calling fighters bums. But Robert Bulianius hasn't fought in anybody. He hasn't. So you mean it, Joe? Name one fighter that Joseph Parker beat. Name one. That's worth the damn. And don't go saying Huey Fury. Name one fighter that Joseph Parker has beat that's worth a damn. So you can't go around here talking about what's up, Mark. People can't be going around here talking about this 2018 shit, this old shit. That what do you say? Deontay Wilder fans claim Dillian White, Jarrell Miller don't deserve a title shot. They don't, and damn for sure, Jarrell Miller don't deserve no title shot because he hasn't fought anybody. Look, I don't want to go into 2019. I don't want to be in 2019 and have to do a repeat of all this shit that these sanctioned bodies have been doing and all these other fighters and these promoters have been doing in the past. Why do you guys not want to move forward? If Dillian White hasn't fought anybody, and you know he should be fighting Dominic Brazil, and you know he should be fighting King Kong Ortiz, and if you can't get AJ, when you want him to skip them two guys to get to Wilder. No, just because you fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My mouse shook up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just because you have fought 8, 9 people in a row that haven't fought anybody, and you beat them up in the ring, and it made you look good to where you can sit there and you can say, "Oh, I have improved over my last 8, 9 fights." You haven't done shit because you ain't fought nobody. If you'd have fought somebody, you probably wouldn't be looking like that. If you'd have fought Dominic Brazil, which you would win that match, but that's who you're supposed to fight. And if you can't get Dominic Brazil, I mean, you fight Luis King Kong Ortiz, but you won't be looking the same in the ring like you was looking against Derek Chisora. And that's a fact. You won't be looking like you have gained some experience in the ring. You'll be looking like you have gained some lumps in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So if you and then let's go down to Big Baby Miller. He hasn't fought anybody. Big Baby Miller, he hasn't fought anybody in boxing. I can say this one thing about Dillian White. At least Dillian White has paid his dues to boxing. At least Dillian White has did that. At least he paid his fucking dues. You know what I'm saying? But Big Baby Miller hasn't even fucking paid his dues. He hasn't fought anybody. He doesn't want to fight anybody. You know, don't be coming over here talking about some okay, he fought. Okay, out of everybody he got on his record, I give him 2 people. I give him Jarrell Washington and Juan Duhaupas. I give them 2 things. But they're not top tier. Those are not guys that you fight to become a mandatory. Those are not you guys you fight, in my opinion, to become the top 5 of a sanctioned body, especially that Goldam Dunu, whatever his name is, especially that guy. That's not what you call I'm trying to get a title shot type of fights. That's not it. You're not fighting who you're supposed to be fighting. Now, okay, you got 24 fights. Now, if you're acclimated to the heavyweight division, if you're acclimated to boxing and period, Jarrell Miller, Big Baby Miller, Big Skeezer Miller. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna call people by their name. But if you're acclimated to everything and stuff like that, how about you go over there and fight somebody that you're supposed to fight? Because you don't want to put in your dues. You and Dillian White want instant gratification. You guys want somebody to sit there and give you a shot when you ain't been fighting who you're supposed to be fighting. You want people, you want a handout. You know what I'm saying? You want a handout. Your fucking fans want you to get a handout. And you some of your fans want to repeat of this shit this fuckery that's been going on. You know, that's basically what it was, fuckery. You know, fight who you're supposed to be fighting, because some of these cats shouldn't even be in the top 5, the top 10, the top 15 of any of these sanctioned bodies. But that's what happens. That's what these sanctioned bodies do. They help keep these padded records going. Overnight, a motherfucker be in the top one day, the dude to be won't even be in the top 25, the top 30, and then the next day the motherfucker be in the top 20, and then he'd be in the top 15 to come to fight somebody that's ranked number 5. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that's been happening. I don't want to see that in fucking 2019. I want these motherfuckers, these cats that's out here, that's sitting over here paying their dues in these section of bodies, paying their fucking dues to be treated with some goddamn respect. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want everybody to be treated with respect. I don't want people to just not be coming up in here not fighting anybody and getting title shots. I don't want to see that. I want everybody to be looked at the same way. If you're in the top 25 of a sanctioned body, you know, that's usually what they that's what the WB shows. I think everybody should be looked at in the same light. When you make it there, and I don't think there should be no goddamn gifts, no handouts, and none of that. Because that's what the fuck is wrong with boxing. There's too many gifts and there's too many fucking padded records out there. because the best haven't been fighting the best. Because there's a lot, there's a lot of gifts being thrown out. Prostitutes, free drinks, presents, gifts, all that. That's just me, man. Fuck all that dumb shit. Now, what else I got on topic? And then this guy, let's see. I ain't even gonna read that shit. This guy is gonna say, you know who this is? This is Wrecked by McGregor is gonna say, Deontay Wilder openly ducks Anthony Joshua again 2019. But then you say Tyson Fury is demanding a 50-50 split from Joshua, but you don't say he ducking. There's a reason why Deontay Wilder is not talking about Anthony Joshua. And you know what that reason is? Because he don't want to be reasonable. He does not want to be reasonable with his negotiations. How are you going to say up over there? How are you going to say that you are more you want, dang, how did Blue Blood, I forgot how Blue Blood worded it. Let's see. You are more, there you go. You are more desperate to make you saying you desperate to make the Deontay Wilder fight. You're saying you're more desperate than a crackhead with no cans in the basket, with no dollars. Like you ready to go over there and do some thing for a little bit of change. But the thing that gets me the most is, if you're desperate, how come you can't give 40%? How come you can't give 40%? You can't. How come you can't give 40%? How come you can't give 35%? How come you can't give, these cats over here, they're saying, they're giving out all these words like, massive, desperate. You're throwing around these punch phrases, these punch words, but they have no meaning from them. As far as when I see you when these words spill out of your mouth, they have no meaning. And the reason why they have no meaning, because I know exactly what the fuck you mean. I see right through it as soon as you start talking. You know what I'm saying? You don't mean to fight these guys. You just mean to fucking go around here and talk a bunch of BS to make yourself look good, to make your fighter look good, which that is your job as a promoter. But the thing about it is, as a promoter, it does not mean that you should be out there in front of the media. As a promoter does not mean you should be doing all these theatrical antics. That does not mean that. What it does mean is that you should be trying to make the best fighters available for your fighter, at all costs. And at the same time is making your fighter some money. You're going to make I don't think they can make money by giving Deontay Wilder 40%. I don't think they can. I think if Matchroom Boxing gave Deontay Wilder 40%, they're cutting even. They're cutting even. You can't mean to tell me that somebody is so fucking frugal that they can't give this man 35, 40% or a rematch clause or whatever the case may be to make, which probably would be, if them two fight, probably would be the biggest fight in boxing in the last 10 years, in the last 11 years or whatever. But these guys don't want to make it because it's a massive risk. He keeps saying it over again. Eddie Hearn chants this word, massive risk. It's a massive risk. They don't want this because they weighing the pros and the cons. They're weighing the risk to reward factor to what they're going to give Deontay Wilder. Those two factors are in the equation. As far as like how many belts he got, I guess, and then who has he fought, his pay-per-view numbers. He hasn't done pay-per-view numbers in the UK, but then they know he is selling the UK, but they won't bring that up in that, because the thing about it is they see if Deontay Wilder can sell 700,000 pay-per-view sales in the UK, right? I mean, if the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight can do 700K in the UK, you cannot say all of that is going towards Tyson Fury. You can say majority of it is. You can't say all of it. You can start off with a meager 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. But you never know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was mutual, but you never know. But we gotta say it how it is. As you know, it's somewhere below 50% of people bought the fight because of Deion. You know, you can't say they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, they're like, oh, Tyson Fury's fighting. Who's he fighting? They're not gonna pay it for nothing. Like Deontay Wilder. Ooh. Yeah. So come on, bro. You know, this guy Rick, man, talking about, you know, Deontay Wilder openly ducking Anthony Joshua. Look, he ain't openly ducking this good dude, man. If like I said, Anthony Joshua doesn't feel like talking about him. And the reason why he don't feel like talking about him, because he don't see the negotiations going anywhere. And then on another note, he wants to rematch Tyson Fury. You know this. Everybody knows this. So you're bringing Anthony Joshua, you bringing Deontay Wilder, avoiding Anthony Joshua as a damn. I don't pay a month, so I don't know. I'm talking about some studio equipment, some studio stuff. I don't pay a month for dogs. So you're using it as you're using it. It's not an excuse. It's like you're creating a false narrative, like you're playing dumb. That's what you're doing, Rec. You're playing dumb. Because if you were to tell the truth, you would have told the fact that the reason why Deontay Wilder is not going to fight this guy is because he wants a rematch. Why does he want? Then you go, why does he want a rematch? Because it was a draw. Because he sat in the ring at that very day that he wanted to run that back. That's why. So you mean to tell me what Deontay Wilder should do is say, I want to run that back in the ring, but then do something else. Kind of like what Eddie Hearn said. We're going to strip Deontay Wilder of the belt of the WBC title in 2018, but do something else. Fights Joseph Parker. So is that what you want? Is that what you want my mans to do? You want my mans to not mean what he say, and you know what I'm saying? That's what you want my mans to do? You want my mans to be a liar? You know what I'm saying? And then what you should do is next time when you bring up Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, what you should do is you should do an analysis on why should Deontay Wilder fight Tyson Fury and why should Deontay Wilder fight Anthony Joshua, and come up with factors with it. This is the reason why Deontay Wilder should fight Tyson Fury, because it went to a draw, because he almost knocked him out, because they did possibly 1 million pay-per-view buys between global sales. You know what I'm saying? Because it was good for boxing. Because both sides can agree on a fucking contract. Because if these two guys say they're gonna fight, they're gonna fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? That's not going. Why should Deontay Wilder fight AJ? Because he has 3 belts, and that's it. That's it. What else you gonna say? What else you gonna fucking say? What else is gonna get you? You know what I'm saying? What else you gonna say? It's gonna give him pay-per-view notoriety and pay-per-view sales in the UK. I mean, after he knocks him out, is that what you're gonna say? The only reason why fucking Deontay Wilder should fight fucking Anthony Joshua is because he has 3 belts. That's it. That's it. But like, what you want me to say? You know what I'm saying? I mean, That's saying undisputed, right? That's the only reason why he should fight him, is to become undisputed. But the thing about it is, Anthony Joshua will be there tomorrow. Anthony Joshua will be there tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This Tyson Fury guy might not. Somebody else might figure out how to beat this guy, because this guy, you know, as far as what everybody is saying and stuff like that, he might not. Like I've been saying, he might turn coat. He might go fight somebody else. You know, the WBC might call for a mandatory. Might be like, y'all, you and Dillian White fight. We're gonna make this Dominic Brazil fight. Y'all gonna be the next mandatory. You know what I'm saying? You just never know what happened. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the only reason. He ain't got nothing else. Undisputed. That's it. 3 belts. You know what I'm saying? Maybe after that, we can get fucking Deontay Wilder an LDBC, Lions Den Boxing Championship lineal title belt. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe something like that can happen. Because as far as this guy, Anthony Joshua, going around here, you know, talking about how many belts he got, how fast did he get them? He wants to be the first boxing billionaire and all this bull crap. That's gonna come to a cease as soon as he meets Deontay Wilder. Hell, if he fights Tyson Fury, it might come to a fucking cease. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people just got to be honest with it. Hell, if he fight Luis King Kong Ortiz, hell, you never know. It's the heavyweight division. He fight Dillian White. Dillian White might cold cock him one time and lay him out. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just this shit is just crazy, man. You know, boxing. I just hope the best for boxing, man. Coming into, you know, I mean, in 2019, since that's where we at. I hope that a lot of these mistakes that have been going on, you know, will get rectified. You know what I'm saying? And I think the first things first should that get rectified is, you know, if you're gonna sit up over here and talk about all this other bullcrap, you know, you need to start talking about, you know, why these sanctioning bodies keep padding these guys' records. Why these sanctioning bodies keep manipulating the ranking system to benefit certain boxers. That's what needs to be talked about. Not fucking how many belts somebody fucking has. All this shit this is what we need to do in 2019. Hit the motherfucking reset button. Hit the fucking reset button and then move forward. You know, and stop bringing up this shit that happened a year ago or 2 years ago, because that's the shit that's fucking not getting us nowhere. It's not getting us nowhere, you know, giving out the same fucking contracts, trying to make a fight over and over again. Them same old 2018 contracts need to be thrown in the trash and need to be remade. You know, them same contracts you've been offering Deontay Wilder, man, that shit needs to cease. And on that note, man, shout out to the LDBC, and everybody stay sucker free.